Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tia Nicole. If you're new here, please like, comment, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications for more videos that I'll post in the future. And we're gonna get back into it. Now this is the second part to my labor and delivery story. I didn't think that I would have two parts to this one, but it just so happens that I will because the information is so much and I don't want to cram it all into one video and then you're just sitting there watching a 30-minute video about me talk. I figured I'd split it up into sections, post it whenever I can post it, and then that'll be that. So if you choose to continue to watch, then you do. If you don't, but we're gonna get back into this video and we're gonna start off where we left off in the last one. So in my last video I said that we were gonna start from day 4 up into 3 months. But I do think that I will just have it be day 4 to, can I do 3 months? Yeah, I could do 3 months. I could do day 4 to 3 months because I think that day 4, yes, this, like I said in my last video, if you didn't check it out, please go look in the description bar down below and click on the link to my last videos about pregnancy and then labor delivery up until day 4 after he was born, because this is an intense story to the point where I literally almost lost my mind and my baby. Okay, so like I said in my last video, they circumcised him, I want to say the day before we left or the day of, and everything was fine. Everything was fine from the day that we left the hospital up until day 4, as far as the circumcision was concerned. When I tell you day 4 came and it was like any normal day, we went about the day perfectly fine. My husband's mom had came over that day and she was sitting with the baby and she's holding him, you know, like, oh, he's so cute, like holding him like, you know, how you hold a newborn, or you have a mom talking to you like, hey, da 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 da, and then, you know, putting them down, like, you know, constantly switching positions. So thinking nothing of it, she's like, oh, I think he needs a diaper, like squeezing, I think he needs a diaper. And I'm like, oh no, he should be fine. He literally just had a diaper like 10 minutes ago. But clearly something was wrong because she felt a lot of, you know, liquid, obviously thinking it was pee in the diaper. She's sitting at the edge of my, like at the end of my bed on a chair, holding the baby. And my dog, she's very keen and knows when something's wrong. But we weren't really, we were thinking, okay, yeah, it's a new human being in our presence. Maybe she's just sniffing him out to sniff him out to get used to his scent, because literally the entire time that I was pregnant, she was by my side. She's still by my side to this day. And I thought it was just because I had, you know, him and she knew that I was pregnant before I did. But no, she was very in tune to what was going on and we had no idea. So my husband's mom ends up leaving and she gives me the baby. So I have him on my lap and he's facing, like his face is facing towards this way and I'm holding him. He's sitting on my lap and, you know, he starts to fuss and I'm like, okay, well maybe he's tired. He's tired, you know. You're not thinking, oh, he needs a diaper. To me, the diaper didn't feel like it was that heavy. So I'm like, oh, maybe he's tired. I go to pick him up and I put him over my shoulder like this. When I do that, my husband goes, I think he's bleeding. So I said, he's bleeding, he's a baby, and he's a boy. Like, what would he be bleeding from? Not thinking, circumcision, friction, you know, something could go wrong. So, you want to tell the story? Or you want me to tell the story? So, not thinking something could go wrong. When I looked down, there was blood on the outside of his jumper that he had on, and then there was blood down my leg. So I'm like, whoa, wait a second, like what is going on? So automatically I start freaking out in my head, but I'm like, I have to stay sane because I have this baby to take care of, and if something is wrong, then I need to do something about it fast. My sisters were over the house, so they were in the room while this is all taking place as well. I zipped down his jumper, I opened his diaper, and literally from the front of his diaper to the back of his diaper was nothing but red. There was nothing but blood in his diaper, and from his little circumcision site, it was spewing out blood like a fountain. Like when I tell you it was shooting out, it was like consistently going. So I'm like, oh my God, like I start crying, I start shaking, like we gotta go, like what do I do? And my husband's like, get a bag, get a blanket, wrap him back up, put him, hold him in your arms. You're not gonna put him in a seat, obviously, because I'm like, I'm not letting my baby go. Like I just had him 4 days ago. There's no way in the world that I could let my baby go now. Like I have to do something about it. So like I said in my previous videos, the hospital is literally 2 seconds away driving. My sisters, they had ordered food. I'm giving you all the background. They had ordered food. They was waiting for their food to come, and they were trying to get themselves together. They're like, you know, running around trying to grab whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I ended up switching his outfit. I kept the same diaper on because I'm like, there's no way I can take this diaper off and not get blood everywhere. But there was still blood all down his legs, all down me, and then all in his diaper, front to back. There was no white in there to be seen, only on the outside, but you know, no white in the inside of the diaper. I put everything back on, we get in the car and we go. We end up leaving my sisters in the house because it was taking too long. And I'm like, this is a life or death situation. I need to get my baby to the hospital right now. Like I cannot wait. So we get to the hospital. I go to where I had him, like in triage. They're like, you need to go to the emergency room because we don't take care of situations like that. So I ended up sprinting across. Like, okay, say if this is triage here and emergencies here, I sprinted across, like around the corner, everything. Like I need to save my baby because at this point, if he bleeds to death, I don't know what I will do with myself afterwards if he does not make it out of the situation. So I'm sprinting, like fast walking, looking at him like, please stay with me, don't give up, like, you know, keep your eyes open if you can. At this point, his eyes are literally rolling to the back of his head and he's trying to stay awake, like he's still comprehending what's going on. So I'm like, okay, you didn't lose too much blood to the point where you're, you know, not gonna be conscious afterwards, but it's so much blood that it was too much for a newborn baby to lose. So we get to the emergency room. I'm like, I need my baby to be seen now, fast, like something is really going on. They're like, oh, we're gonna get you right in. Now, knowing this hospital, emergency rooms for adults, you're there for forever. But for babies, luckily they were in, they got him on the bed, they took off his clothes, everything. They put a gauze around his penis, and they made sure that they had the blood stopped immediately. I'm in there shaking, like I didn't know what to do, but like I said, this hospital, the people there are so nice. They reassured me that everything was gonna be fine. I did the right thing about doing something right away, like, you know, making sure that I saved my child from the situation. Within a minute or two after them putting the gauze on it, the blood stopped immediately. They had kept him there to make sure that he can pee through the gauze so that, you know, it doesn't stay in the gauze and then his incision site gets infected again, or infected because whatever. Come to find out, the reason why he was bleeding so much after his circumcision was because there was so much friction with him being moved up and down from whatever time I put the diaper on up until the time that we got to the hospital. There was so much friction that there was a scab on his penis that tore and busted a vessel, and literally that was it. Like it literally spewed out blood. They got it under control. I was scared to change his diapers. I was scared to you know, pretty much hold him, because I'm like, if I do anything wrong, this gauze can come off and he can start bleeding again. We had an appointment set for the doctors to soak the gauze off, but it ended up falling off on its own, which was perfectly fine. They said it could either fall off, or we'll set up an appointment to have the gauze removed, and then you know, he should be fine after that. Now, everything after that was like, now I can breathe again. Like, I literally almost lost my child 4 days after having him because he almost bled to death. And not thinking, my husband's like, what if we were asleep and this happened? Like, that made me break down even more. Like, I don't know if I could live with myself after that, if that was to happen. Thank God that it didn't. Thank God that we were awake, we were alert, we were, you know, hands-on, ready to do something about the situation, and, you know, that was that. But yes, that is the most eventful thing that has happened afterwards, after having him. Now, when I say that they, you know, did cut the umbilical cord, put that thing on his belly, so that his belly button could heal and it could actually be a belly button by the time the umbilical cord, what's left of the umbilical cord, falls off on its own. The doctor had the nerve to tell me, oh, when it falls off, it might bleed. I said, you can leave your descriptions on how it's supposed to be to yourself. I don't want to hear anything about blood when it comes to this child. Like, he done lost enough for everybody within the past couple of days. Like, there's no way in the world that if his belly button bleeds, I'll be able to deal. Luckily, it fell off. It was perfectly fine. His belly button looks totally normal. It didn't bleed. There was no hole. There was like an actual belly button there. You know, everything is great. But yeah, so that's the story of what happened 4 days after having him and almost losing him. And thank God that he's still here almost 3 months later, and he is healthy as a horse. Is that even the right saying? He's healthy. He is healthy as can be, and there's no complications with his health whatsoever. And yeah, he's doing everything that he's not supposed to do. At the time, being 2 months off. He's now almost 3 now. So some things it makes sense for him to do, like all the milestones, he's actually surpassing them at the age that he's at, but that's fine. That means that he's, you know, more advanced and he's developing properly mentally and physically. So my next video will be from 1 month, talking about his milestones from 1 month to 3 months, and yeah, we'll go from there. If you like this video, if you find it interesting, if you have any relatable topics, please comment it down below. I want to know. If you haven't seen my previous videos, like I said at the beginning of this video, check in my description box. I'll have the links down below for that too. Also, like, comment, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications for more videos that I post. If you like this video, thank you. Thumbs it up. Like, come on. Tell me that you liked it, that you was entertained, that you was intrigued, that you were, like, you know, interested in knowing what happened to my baby day 4 after being born. Like, that was just so traumatic. Like, you would never think that something could happen to your child like that. And they said that it was very rare, but it does happen, but it's not common. You know, like, the fact that it happened to him, I'm like, you know, it was for a reason. And, you know, I'm glad that there was a brighter side to the situation, and I'm able to talk about it today without being emotional and crying, even though it still breaks my heart that it happened to him. But yeah, like I said, if you liked it, please share it and join me on this journey. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.